Hey, what's up guys, MKBHD here, and today let's take a look at everything we need or want to know about the next Nexus. So this is the current Galaxy Nexus right here, and even though it's almost about a year old now, it is a very good phone for the price. You can get it directly from Google at play.google.com. It's a great device. The next Nexus doesn't exist yet, but based on a couple of the shortcomings of this Galaxy Nexus, there are some things that we want for the next one. The list of things to expect isn't all that long, which is what's gotten some people to spread this rumor about having like a Galaxy Nexus Plus, which is a minor, like incremental upgrade to the Galaxy Nexus, but there's literally no point for Google to do that. I know some other companies like to do that, but there's no point for Google to do that. So let's take a look at the list. First of all, the OS. Android 4.1.1 is the latest version of Android, and the Galaxy Nexus runs that just fine. I have a feeling that the latest Nexus isn't going to launch with another drastic upgrade. Jellybean's relatively new. I think it's going to see something like Android 4.1.2 Jellybean. It's going to launch with Jellybean, not the next version, which might be like key lime pie or something. A larger battery would be awesome. The Galaxy Nexus comes with an 1800 milliamp hour battery stock. That lasts barely a full day for most people. You can get an extended battery for it, a 2100 milliamp hour battery, and that can get people comfortably through the day, but it still doesn't have the best battery life that it could have. I'm thinking that the new body of the Galaxy Nexus, even if it doesn't have a bigger screen, might just be a little bit taller to accommodate a bigger battery, something more along the lines of 2400 milliamp hours. And speaking of that body, I don't think it's going to be all that drastically different. You can see the lineup has changed quite a bit for the Nexus in the past couple of years, but I think it might be a slightly larger screen just to keep up with the current times. I'd say about 4.7 inches, which is just a tiny bit bigger. And again, like I said, a slightly taller body to accommodate a bigger screen and a bigger battery. Now the camera on the back. One of the big reasons I've used the Galaxy S3 over the Galaxy Nexus is the significantly better camera. I share a lot of media, pictures, and while this takes great photos and great video, the Galaxy Nexus takes pretty good video and okay photos. It's a 5 megapixel sensor, and I'm expecting to see something more along the lines of an 8 or higher megapixel sensor, and overall just a better quality sensor and better glass in the next Nexus camera. My official guess would be 8 megapixels, but 12 isn't totally out of the picture. But other than that, there's not a whole lot. You see this design? I hope that the next Nexus has as clean and as beautiful and as sculpted a design as the current Galaxy Nexus has. This is probably the best looking phone out there right now, at least in my opinion. No branding whatsoever on the front, and the back, maybe it could use some work by some people, but the front is perfect, and I don't think anything needs to change about it. Again, maybe a bigger screen, but it's pretty much going to be a similar form factor. Don't expect it to be like a Galaxy Note or anything crazy like that. Now, it would be nice if Google gave Verizon just a little kick. Some of the carriers aren't pushing the newest version of Android, Jellybean, to the Galaxy Nexuses they hold. Now that's the advantage of buying it straight from Google, is you can get the latest version of Android immediately. But for those of us who are on contracts with carriers, it'd be nice if Google gave them a little kick and said, hey, push it out. Or if they just handled that process all themselves, which is more difficult than it sounds. Now, who will make it? My guess is going to be Samsung again. Now, some people have said Motorola might make it. I think the next Nexus will be made when Google vertically integrates and takes advantage of their purchase of Motorola Mobility. But some people have been saying Asus. Asus made the Nexus 7, which was their tablet. But if you think about it, Asus doesn't really make very many good Android phones. A lot of the reasons why Google picked Samsung is because they dominated Android phones the year before. Right now, Samsung is still doing very well. Asus makes great dominating tablets, so they picked Asus for the tablet, and they're probably going to pick Samsung again for the next Nexus. There is a rumor, however, that there's going to be multiple Nexuses launched by different carriers and by different manufacturers at the same time. And this rumor has some nice credibility, actually. There could be an LG Nexus, there could be a Samsung Nexus, maybe an HTC Nexus. I don't know exactly the manufacturers, but there could be multiple Nexuses launched at the same time, all with the latest version of Android, stock Android, no skins on top of them, and the updates pushed from Google. If I had to guess right now, I'd say that that is what's going to happen, but the main one that is sold in the Google Play Store will probably be the Samsung one. Internally, I don't have a whole long laundry list of things. I just hope that they adopt the new 2 gigabytes of RAM that Samsung seems to be pushing as a standard. Most phones now have 1 gig of RAM, or at least smartphones anyway, so 2 gigs of RAM is the next upgrade. And a quad-core processor is, of course, something we like to see on the list, and other than that, just make it powerful. When will it come out? It has to come out before the holiday season, or at least right before it. My guess is December 3rd. It's just a date I happen to like. So is that a good list or what? I mean, there's a lot of things that we could expect to come out of the next Nexus, like some crazy rumors have been floating around, even some weird looking mock-ups that some people actually seem to believe are the next Nexus, but I also don't know what it's going to be called. I keep saying next Nexus as if that's not a tongue twister, but it totally is. You should try saying it like 12 times fast. If you have something else to add to the list, you can feel free to leave it down in the comment section below, right below that like button on this video, and go ahead and share this video to other people who have all sorts of questions that I get about the next Nexus. So yeah, there you go. A lot of people were wondering if they should hold off on buying a Galaxy Nexus now with Jellybean because the next one will be coming out, but I think you have about 3 more months before the next Nexus comes out. I'm gonna say December, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. So either way, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, like I said, feel free to give it a thumbs up, and I'll talk to you guys very soon in a video that you are not going to want to miss. See you on Monday. Peace.